What is planned for the Weber State Davis Campus?
Where you can find cheap books, cheap music, and CDs.
And why the Weber State Cross Country team considers themselves the upper enchilada. Weber State News starts now.
Welcome to Weber State News. I'm Andrea Peterson.
And I'm Kirsten Voorhees. Ground was broken for a new building on the Davis campus earlier this week. The new building will house the New Ames program along with the Student Union Center. This growth will provide an expansion of existing programs and create new ones. Brady Harris, the Davis student senator, led members of state legislature and the board of trustees in the groundbreaking. President of Weber State University, Ann Milner, expressed how this could not have been done alone.
At the end of the day, it doesn't happen without legislative funding. It takes our legislators to be our champions, to represent our needs of our community. And this legislative delegation did that.
The building should be open for classes by June of 2013.
I bet there are going to be a ton of events happening at the Davis campus.
You know, and I bet there will be too. And here to tell us more about activities happening at Weber is Vanessa Phelps, Director over Campus Events and Activities. So, Vanessa, what are your responsibilities as the Director over the events and activities?
Like you said, I'm the director here at the Ogden campus. I plan all the events and activities here. So all the big events like the dances and the parties, that's what I do. I plan all of them along
Awesome.
with my chairs. So.
That's like a ton of work.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some upcoming events that are happening?
Well, we have an upcoming event today. We're having a late night at the gym. It's going to be tons of fun. We're going to have a dodgeball tournament, basketball, volleyball. There's going to be food there, and it's free. And we're also going to have rock climbing, so it should be lots of fun.
Awesome. So why are you guys having that?
This event, because a lot of people, we have dances, we have these parties, but, a lot of people really like athletics. So we thought, oh, why not do something where people could come and be fit and just, have fun playing games, I guess.
Okay, perfect. I bet that will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
And how, what are some other events that Wildcats should look out for?
Well, this late night at the gym today is our last event for this semester, but next semester, starting during Welcome Week, we will have our Neon 80s party. Last time we had a dance, we had over 2,000 people come, so this event should be really big too. So
that sounds fun.
Awesome, that's so cool. Well, thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
It was great to have you here.
Thank you.
And Weber always has so many cool events that are happening on campus.
Yeah, it does. This past week we had Heisman Trophy winner on campus. Wednesdays, convocation speaker, Heisman Trophy winner Herschel Walker filled the ballroom in the Shepherd Union Building. He spoke on several different topics and lessons he learned from his life and how those life lessons can help everyone.
You got to get up every day knowing you got faith and knowing that it's going to be tough. Knowing that, it may not work all the time, but it's okay. So when you see someone struggling with anything, a friend, a loved one, or yourself, don't be ashamed to say, you know what, let me help you. Don't be ashamed to say, you know what, let me help you. Because we're in this world together, and we got to remember that. I think our biggest problem is we want to say it's not my responsibility. Well, it is your responsibility.
Herschel didn't just play football. He worked with numerous charitable and educational organizations. Those in attendance enjoyed the night and talked highly of Herschel and the work that he has done.
It seems like everyone knows all about the athletes, but not a lot of people know who their community leaders are.
That is true. Ogden City residents will be getting a new mayor in January, and on Tuesday they had an opportunity to help decide who it will be. Morgan Wilkins tells us more.
Here's Matthew Godfrey has been the mayor of Ogden. Earlier this year, Godfrey announced that he would not be seeking a fourth term. With that announcement, the race for mayor began. By the middle of September, the list of candidates had been narrowed down to two, Mike Caldwell and Brandon Stevenson, both WSU alumni. With low voter turnout for the primary election combined with the presidential campaign that is taking center stage, expectations for the general election were not high.
The city recorder, Cindy Mansell, expects between 25 and 30% voter turnout.
The race for the Ogden City mayor was considered to be one of the big races that would get people out to the polls.
The big races that are going on right now in Weber County are the Ogden mayor, clearly.
In the end, turnout did increase a slight 5%. That increase was enough to help Mike Caldwell win the race with 61% of the votes. Brandon Stevenson ended up with 37%. According to the Standard Examiner, Stevenson congratulated Caldwell and offered to, quote, give him any support he needs. For Weber State News, I'm Morgan Wilkins.
We will have an interview with Mike Caldwell later today. Check it out on our Facebook and YouTube.
While Mike Caldwell ran for office, Weber State athletes ran across the country. John Coyle tells us more.
Thanks, guys. I'm here in the stands of Stewart Stadium. Now, everybody knows that every Saturday this is where thousands of fans come to watch the Weber State football team play. However, what most people don't know is that every weekday at 3 p.m., this is also where the cross country team meets to have practice.
We run 6 days a week. Some people do run 7.
6 days a week and run twice a day.
We run anywhere from 8 to 10 miles a day.
It's typical for our cross-country runners to be running anywhere from 50 to 100 miles a week.
The reason we do that is just because we have a high-level competition, and it's not about just getting into shape. It's about being competitive and representing our school.
You know, the difference between just the everyday runner or jogger, these are top-end athletes. You know, they're if you compared it to like a city rec basketball player to a, an NCAA All-American, in some case basketball player, there's a world of difference. And it's the same thing with the runners.
Don't just go out to run on a luxury jog. It's actually hard work.
Now, a lot of times what the cross-country team does gets mistaken for jogging. It's not really like jogging. If you want to get an idea for how fast they go to your local track, bring a stopwatch with you, and run 100 meters. That's one straightaway, just like the one I'm standing on now. Try to do it in around 18 seconds. And then imagine running that fast for 25 laps. That's how long the men's cross-country race is, and that's about how fast they run. However, they don't do it on a track.
The term means cross-country. We're outside running up and down hills. We can get a variety of courses.
Pretty much where the normal runner wouldn't run. It's through the fields, it's through the grass.
Running through mud, running on a golf course, jumping barriers, running at Utah State in a cornfield.
We race in all different types of conditions. It doesn't matter if it rains or snows or if we're running through mud or snow, we still race and compete.
Cross-country season doesn't end until late November, and we all know how cold it can get this time of year. If that weren't enough, all cross-country runners are 3-sport athletes.
In the fall, it's cross-country. In the winter, we do indoor track. In the spring, we do outdoor track.
So where do they practice during the winter?
We'll be outside in the snowstorm. If we're doing a distance run, we're out there. It doesn't matter what the weather is.
You can't let weather get in the way. You can't let winter get in the way. You can't let summer, all these other things. You got to do it every day.
We've done some stuff down in single-digit temperatures and in snow, and we just go out and train.
Facing such extreme conditions on such a regular basis, many cross-country runners are asked the question, why?
Learn to be able to go out and hurt and still enjoy that.
It's a lifestyle.
That takes a certain mental toughness also to be able to run through and do that. It doesn't matter what sport you're in. We're still very competitive and like to go out and compete, and there's satisfaction that comes through pushing yourself and knowing that you can achieve and accomplish something and be one of the best in the state or one of the best in the nation or one of the best in the world.
I think distance running for me is something that's always been there. Whether you have a good day or a bad day, you can go on a run and it just makes you feel 100% better. Our
distance group is elite. I mean, they're an elite group that can run with anybody in the nation, and how many people can say, hey, I'm in the upper echelon of what I do and the best of the best, and I think they get satisfaction from that.
Now, Weber State has always had a tradition of good distance running. However, these last few years, they've actually been building on that tradition. This year, both teams will look to make the NCAA championships. With Weber State News from Stewart Stadium, I'm John Coyle.
The cross-country teams will compete tomorrow at the NCAA Regional Championships in Provo. A good performance will earn them a place on the starting line of the NCAA Championships.
I have no idea how they run in the cold. I would freeze.
Dude, and I don't know how those people who are running in the nearly naked mile are going to even survive tonight.
I don't know. Let's go to Derek for a look at our weather.
You guys are definitely right. The Nearly Naked Mile is going to be really cold. As you can see, we'll give you kind of a quick update on what's coming in. Right now, the weather's not too bad. It's pretty simple weather, not too shabby. We got some storms coming in, some stuff moving in that'll be hitting us later tonight and tomorrow morning. If we take a look at our next map, you can see what's happening right now. As you can see, Utah is pretty good. Nice and clean and clear, maybe some little stuff down here at the bottom, but we got some precipitation, and that storm, like I said, is moving its way in and will hit us tonight. Again, this is a little closer look of what we've got right now. As you can see, there's not too much precipitation or any major weather patterns going on right now, so it's going to be still fairly warm. Right now, it's about 34 degrees. It's cold, but it's not too bad. Today's highs is going to be about 50 degrees, and it's still going to be cold enough that you want a coat, jacket, maybe some gloves or whatnot. And then here's your look at your 7-day forecast. Again, for today it's 50. Tomorrow and tonight that storm's going to hit and it'll drop the temperature down to 36, 42. Sunday it'll be 50 degrees, and throughout the rest of the week it'll be pretty nice. And we'd like to thank Swackett for giving us this weather update, and you can get a hold of that on your iPhone. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Derek. Well, it looks like winter's here.
Oh, I know. And when it gets this cold, all I want to do is sit next to the fire with a book in my hand.
Well, you're in luck because the Stewart Library is holding its annual book sale this weekend. Students can find great deals on everything from hardcovers, sheet music, CDs, and more. Stands are set up on the first floor by the west entrance of the building and vary from fiction and science to music. The sale runs through 5:30 today and continues all day Saturday and Sunday.
Awesome. I bet we can find some really good books.
I think you can. I'm
Sweet.
excited. I'm going to go check it out.
Well, thanks for watching Weber State News. Don't forget, you can catch all our newscasts, sportscasts, quickcasts, and Studio 76 on our website, weberstatenews.org. We'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Kirsten Voorhees.
And I'm Audrey Peterson. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.